Hello everybody, I'm GameSpy22 and welcome to Resident Evil. Now, I had finished Real Survival with Chris, and so now we're going to do it with Jill. So yes. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that Jill is a hell of a lot easier than Chris. That's the first thing I want to go ahead and mention. And throughout this run, you guys are going to see how many differences there actually are. Though, again, this is not 100% optimized to be the absolute fastest way to beat this, but yeah, once again, we're not playing on very easy. We're not playing on easy, normal, or hard. We're playing on real survival.
Resident Evil.
Also get to show off Jill's costumes here. She has her BSAA outfit, which is interesting. Her Resident Evil 3 outfit and her army attire. So yeah, let's get started.
Alpha Team is flying around the forest zone, situated in northwest Raccoon City, where we are searching for the helicopter of our compatriots, Bravo Team, who disappeared during the middle of their mission.
Found it yet?
No, not yet, Brandon. Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City. There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten. The Bravo team was sent in to investigate, but we lost contact.
Look, Chris.
Bravo team's helicopter was a derelict. Save for the remaining body of Kevin. We continued our search for the other members, and it turned into a nightmare.
Hey! Brad! Where the hell's he going?
Chris, this way!
Damn it! Make for that mansion!
Enter the survival horror.
There are only 3 STARS members left now. Captain Wesker, Barry, and myself. We don't know where Chris is.
What is this place?
Not quite your ordinary house, that's for sure.
Hey, Wesker, where's Chris?
Jill, no! You don't want to go back out there.
But we've got to find...
What was that?
Chris?
No.
Jill, go and investigate.
I'm going with her. Chris and I go back a long way.
Alright. You two go. I'll secure this area.
Stay sharp. A dining room.
Alright, so now the run begins. Unequipped our handgun because we move faster with nothing equipped.
I think you'd better take a look at this.
What is it?
Blood. Jill, see if you can find any other clues. I'll be examining this. Let's just hope it's not Chris's.
So, one thing I want to mention is that I am playing this game with alternate controls, where the direction the control stick is pointing, that's the direction I'm going. There's the world-famous zombie turn. So now I want to head back into the dining room.
Barry!
What is it?
Look out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of it. What the hell is this thing?
I found Kenneth killed by this thing. Let's report this to Wesker.
Alright, so now we gotta go back to the main hall. And that zombie went back into the hallway. Even though Barry just shot it with 3 magnum shots.
Wesker! Jill, help me look for him. Let's not leave this hall.
Good idea.
Now to do this part, all you need to do is just run to where the camera changes right here. And then go up the stairs until the camera changes right here. And then head back down to the first floor.
Barry.
Any luck, Jill?
No, nothing. What's going on around here? I can't figure it out.
Same here.
Chris and now Wesker.
There's not much we can do. We can search for him separately. I'll investigate the dining room again.
Okay then, I'll try the door on the other side.
This mansion is gigantic. We could easily get lost. Let's start from the first floor.
Okay.
Oh, I almost forgot. It's a lockpick. You'd make better use of it.
Thanks. I may need it.
Listen, if something happens, let's meet up in this hall. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, so now we actually begin the game. Once we get the lockpick from Barry, now we can start making progress. Now, I may have covered a bunch of stuff before in the Chris video, but I'm going to do it again for this Jill video, just so it feels like somebody, I don't know, in case someone didn't watch the Chris one, who knows. Anyway, we're coming back to the hallway where the zombie was. Go back Go past Kenneth's dead body to the door. And we're going to head up. Now, if you notice me, like, jittering up the stairs, that's a little trick called stair skating. Basically, if you constantly switch between a walk and a run when going upstairs, then you go up the stairs and downstairs a lot faster. Now, for that first zombie right there, like, stop until the camera changes and then run around him. For that guy, we just kind of want to bait him into lunging forward, and then we just run past him. Juking zombies is a very, like, key, like mechanic that you need to learn. Basically, when zombies, like, lunge at you, like, they will, like, they have to, like, they put their arms down. It's like while their arms are going down, that's your chance to run around them. Alright, so now that we got that arrow, we want to come to this small graveyard area back here. There are 2 zombies in this area. We want to use our handgun and the handgun ammo that we picked up in that hallway to take these guys out. Whenever they get to the ground, use your knife, because instead of expending ammo, it's usually a lot better just to poke at enemies on the ground with your knife, just to make sure that they're dead. I'm walking really slow here because I don't know if that zombie had moved, and it turns out it didn't. So now we're just going to shoot this guy. He falls after 3 shots, but I know for a fact he's not dead. Okay, he almost grabbed me there. Run around him. Now, might as well talk about one of the things that Real Survival does. Also, there's some shotgun shells here. You actually, when playing as Jill, you do not need to pick those up. Because, I mean, you can pick them up later if you want. But it ends up being a lot better if I don't pick them up until way later. But I guess it doesn't matter. We want to examine the arrow to get the arrowhead, and then put the arrowhead in this little, like, stone monument right there. Stair skate our way all the way down. I stair skate using the control stick. We want to pick up the Book of Curses. Okay, yeah, as I was saying. Now, the differences between Real Survival and the normal game mode is that the first one is that there's no auto-aim. Meaning that you have to manually aim your gun at enemies in order to shoot at them. Like, your character won't just immediately turn or, like, fix themselves, like, on a dead-eye point to hit something. Okay. So we want to head back to the hallway where we saw the very first zombie. Because we are going to kill him with the handgun ammo that we have. That way it makes it easier for us to walk back and forth later on. Now, and I'm also checking behind the Book of Curses. You get a key. This is the sword key. You don't have to examine it until it says the sword key in order to use it to unlock doors. Want to take him out. Falls to the ground. Yeah, he's not dead yet. This zombie takes a lot of shots to kill. Okay, now he's dead. So now that we have the sword key, we're going to come all the way down here to this door just to unlock it. We're not going inside because there's nothing for Jill in there. It would just be a waste of time. And plus, in order to discard keys, you have to, like, completely use them up on every door. 'Cause that's how it works. Alright, so now we want to head to the other side of the mansion. Or no? Oh, wait, yeah, that's right. Okay, never mind. Forgot I said that. We're coming upstairs, unlock this door, and then we're going down this way. It's funny, I recorded this, like 2 days ago, yet I still can't even remember, like, everything I did. Or no, I did this last night. Yeah, I did this last night. Yeah, we want to unlock this door, go inside. And we can push this to get a dagger. This is a self-defense item. If an enemy tries attacking you or biting you or something from the front, then those are automatically used to push the enemy back, and you take no damage in return, with the expense of consuming the item that you currently have equipped. Jill has 2 defense items, the first one being the dagger. We'll get into the other one later. With the lockpick, Jill can just open this door, where Chris would need an old key. Coming out here, and then coming around the corner, we pick up this bag. The chemical to use on plants. With that, we head back inside. And we're going to go ahead and enter this door right here. When we come in here, we want to pull the plug. After Jill pukes in the toilet that hadn't been used in a while, just go ahead and grab the dagger. Don't worry, that zombie's dead. He ain't getting back up. Not that we're going to be coming back this way anyway. This is just a free dagger, so might as well pick it up. And then we want to go into this door right here. Now with Jill, if you come to this room, if you come into this place and grab the shotgun before you open the door or go in the room where the broken shotgun is, you actually get a special cutscene, and you practically get this shotgun for free. Normally, you would need the broken shotgun to place in place of the shotgun because of this. Now, when you get to here, check both doors.
Oh God, what did I do now? Wesker! Barry! Help!
Jill, you in there?
Barry? Get me out of here! The door's jammed!
Stand back! Grab my hand!
Barry!
That was a close one. A second late, you would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
Really? Thanks. But Barry, didn't you say you were going back to the dining room to find other clues? I'm glad and all, but why are you here?
I just had something I wanted to check. Anyway, we should get back to searching for Wesker and Chris.
Thanks, Barry. I owe you one.
Don't mention it.
More subtle reference to the Jill sandwich joke from the original PS1 game. But it's a reference nonetheless. Now, another change to real survival. This door right here that I'm going through, If you enter it from this side, normally when you're playing the game will just be like, the doorknob might fall off at any time. Go through anyway. On Real Survival, that doorknob does not have that issue. You can go in and out of that door as many times as you want on Real Survival. I'm going to put up the handgun and the knife. I'm keeping the shotgun on me just because of safety. Because, personally, it feels kind of weird to walk around with no weapon. I think this ends up costing me time later, but... It's no thing. I mean, I want to head up here and unlock this door from this side. I want to go past this guy and enter this back door right here. That's another thing about Jill that makes this way different from Chris. Is that Jill has 8 inventory slots while Chris has only 6. So inventory management with Jill is a lot easier, given the amount of extra space that she has. That memo was telling us that there's a key on a dog outside. Also, Jill has to grab the lighter here. Normally, Chris has the lighter on him, but Jill actually has to find it, which is in this room along with the dog whistle. Okay, that guy ended up getting me because I didn't know where he was. Tried to turn around and go... I tried to, like, turn back and go around him before he could catch me, but oh well. I tried. It happens. I get bit.
Barry.
Jill, got any good news?
Other than I'm still alive in this madhouse? No.
Can't say it's much safer here either. We'd better secure our escape route first. There's gotta be a back door somewhere.
Alright then, let's split up again.
Hey, hold on a sec. Look what I've found.
What?
A can of fizz. It's sure to yellow and mellow those things. It's yours. Hopefully you won't have to use it.
What about you?
Oh, don't worry. I like the buddy system we have here.
I see. Thanks, I'll take it.
See you later.
Ciao.
Barry gives us those acid rounds, which we're going to use in a boss fight way later in the game. Which will be coming up to another change to Jill that Jill has access to that Chris doesn't. And this is the last use of the sword key. Since I did everything on the other side of the mansion so far, we can just come in here, go ahead and do our thing. I have the shotgun with me, so I know that so I can do this. Equip the shotgun, blow the dog whistle. And then we're going to have the dog come after us. I wait till he's a little close before I fire. He's dead. I went up to his body trying to grab the collar, and then I realized, oh, he drops the collar where he died, not where his body landed. Gonna unequip the shotgun. Gonna use the green herbs here to fully heal myself. And then just go back in the other room. So we got the collar from the dog. Also, that guy got me. That was unfortunate. So there goes a dagger. Do keep in mind that if you have a dagger stuck in a zombie, the only way to get it back is to decapitate their head. And then the knife will fall and you can pick it up. Also, coming over here, once we get the collar, we're introduced to Crimson Head. I actually got lucky with a headshot on that one. Crimson Heads are zombies that come back to life after you've killed them, if you do not burn them. Now, if we examine the back of this little coin, it turns into the imitation of a key. And with that, we can go into the store past this Crimson Head. But yes, Crimson Heads are very scary and dangerous. But there are some areas where Crimson Heads can't even spawn at all, even though there were zombies. Anyway, we're going to take the mansion key. And then we end up being trapped. But we have a fake replacement, so we're going to Indiana Jones this shit. Be careful when going backwards, because even though those spikes are like moving backwards in place, they can still hurt you. I'm not sure if it does a lot of damage, but that's just something to keep in mind. And upon doing that, we do get ourselves the armor key. So we have a bunch of doors to open up and explore. First one's being back in this hallway, where we're going to go downstairs. Make a short pit stop right here. Now this is the room where the broken shotgun is. If you enter this room, then you can't get the cutscene of Barry saving you from the crushing room. You have to use the broken shotgun to get out alive with the shotgun. Picking up a taser battery, that's Jill's secondary defense item. It's not as effective as Chris's flash grenades, but it's basically like a more powerful effect of the dagger, but it also might make zombies fall to the ground. Run to the very end of this hallway here. We're going to come into this room. And we want to use the chemical to use on plants. And put it in this little tub. And then we want to examine it, and we want to turn the lever to the red. To red, yes. Don't turn it to green, otherwise you'll kill all of those 5 green herbs that are right there. Herbs are used to heal yourself with. Now here we get a death mask. In order to leave the mansion, we need to find 4 death masks. Also, zombies break in the window here. The windows, rather. Did I say that word right? Rather. Okay, that just sounds weird. Sounds like I'm throwing a W in there. Okay, want to come over here to unlock this door with the armor key. We'll be coming back to it later. We can't do anything in there yet. We want to head back to the main hall. And we're actually going to get the weapon that Jill has exclusivity to, that Chris does not. And will be used throughout the run on various bosses. Normally with Chris, we just unlock this door and not go in. Because with Chris, there's practically nothing in here for him to use. But Jill, on the other hand, has something very special. But first, when we get over here... Yes, check the plants. Forrest has given up the ghost. It looks like he's been dead for a while. But yes, right beside Forrest, we get the grenade launcher. And it's already loaded with 6 explosive rounds. I'm going to go ahead and load it with the acid rounds that Barry gave us. Because we're not going to use this grenade launcher until way later in the game. We're going to use the grenade launcher 3 times throughout the entire game. Okay, now that that's done. Also, when you get that grenade launcher, don't go to the far end. There's only like 2 green herbs there. And then Forrest will come back as a zombie, and he's really tough. And it'd be just a waste of time and ammo to put up with that. Nah, I'm checking my inventory real quick to see if I have space. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and head into these double doors right here that I just unlocked. And here we have a little puzzle. There's a button in the center of the room, but we have to push it after we've pushed all of these statues in place. So you want to push the top right, then the bottom left, and then the bottom right. And when you push in the bottom right, it also pushes back in the top left. And now we're going to hit the button. And here we get ourselves a jewelry box. And that guy ends up getting me, unfortunately. Luckily, I had just healed my wounds from the patch of green herbs earlier. So I'm just back in yellow caution. That's another difference between Jill and Chris, that Jill has less life than Chris does. So she's a bit more squishy. We're going to come down here into our main safe room. That's what I'm going to call it. Okay. Now, Barry was nice enough to leave us a handgun magazine and first aid spray. So there are two switches on this jewelry box, one on the front, one on the back. Go ahead and press both of them, and we get ourselves the second death mask. Now, what you can do, go ahead and put up the grenade launcher and the grenade rounds. You actually don't need the grenade launcher. Like I said, we're not using it until way later. I'm telling you guys this because I end up carrying it with me, and I think that ends up being a mistake. So just go ahead and put up the grenade launcher and the grenade/acid rounds if you have not combined them already. We have 2 inventory slots, which is all we need for this area right here. That's another difference in real survival. But first we have a bit of a cutscene.
Jill.
Barry, I didn't mean to get you that excited.
Right. Anyway, you should read this. What do you make of it?
Well, I guess we were right about this mansion being quite unnatural.
You have a way with understatements.
Where's the part that's torn off?
Well, my only guess is that it was the most important part, and somebody didn't want anyone to see it. Let's continue our investigation.
Okay, so we have a puzzle in this room. We want to pick up the fish hook. And then we want to pick up the bee lure that's over here on the right. Combine the two. That way we can make an inventory slot. And then pick up the bee specimen. And then we just want to place the bee lure and the bee specimen in the correct spots. But yes, as I was saying earlier, another change to real survival from the normal game is that item boxes are not linked. So inventory management is key to getting through this. Press the button, and we get a bee to attack us. Where's Pro Jared when you need him? Anyway, we want to grab the wind crest. I almost butchered that word. Wind. The wind crest. Wind crest. Wind crest. See, I already almost fucked it up. You say a word so many times that you can't even say it correctly. Wind crest. Wind crest. Wind crest. Crest. Wind crest. Okay. Hopefully I don't butcher that ever again. I feel like my IQ just slowly goes down. Anyway, back into the main safe room. We're going to put up the wind crest. And like I said, please make sure the grenade launcher gets put up. You're not going to be using it for a long time. Technically, you could get through this game without ever having to use the grenade launcher, but I want to use it just for the sake of showing it off. Okay, we want to come over here. And we are done with the armor key. Okay. There's a bit of a puzzle in this room. We come up to this yellow stained glass right here. We want to push the button. And then when we go to the other side and press the buttons on the other two stained glass pictures. And then we want to check this picture right here. And if the colors match for the corresponding accessories, then it'll open for us. And we get ourselves Death Mask number 3. Again, lockpick. No need for old keys. Gonna go ahead and head back down this tomb to set this mask. This one has only the mouth missing, so we just want to put it on the far right. Stair skate our way back up. Now, I do want to mention, I guarantee my voice might not be 100% synced up with this due to the fact there may be hiccups in the video that are unknown to my knowledge. And this being roughly like almost a 2.5 to like 3 hour long video, it'll be in the pain in the ass to try and search for them. So, I'm probably not going to bother due for the sake of my sanity. Anyway, we want to go ahead and enter this door right here now. We've done everything else up to this point.
Richard! What happened? You're wounded.
This whole place is a killing zone. There are monsters.
What did this to you?
A big snake. And it had to be poisonous.
Poisonous? Richard, hold on.
Bring me serum. I saw some, but didn't bring any.
I'll go and get it, okay? You're gonna make it.
Thanks.
Okay, so now it's time to go get the serum for Richard. You have 4 minutes to get the serum and bring it to him. We are going to save Richard because we're going to be getting a certain weapon from him later on. Not too far even, which is another huge advantage for Jill that Chris doesn't get. Now, by the time you come back through here, the zombie will be on this side. So just be ready to juke past him. Also, the statue in that room, in the Chris playthrough, I pushed it off the edge and took the blue jewel. You don't need to do that with Jill, because you get shotgun shells out of it, but there's no need for it. Even not getting it, you kind of get a surplus of shotgun shells for Jill in the end. So we want to grab the serum here, in this safe room, and we need to take it all the way back to Richard. Going back the way we came to get over here is how we do it. Juke past that guy. Now, I don't think I get the juke here. Yeah, I did. Okay. Because I know there are definitely instances where I don't get the juke. I do everything first before I do this. That way I don't run the risk of Richard dying. Because I end up getting distracted.
Here, Richard. I'm gonna give you a shot. Hang in there.
Jill, here's my radio. Take it. I'm... Does it ever not hurt?
Okay. Now that we saved Richard, we can go into this door over here now. And we want to come over this way. Juke that guy. Now, this is where you need the lighter. We want to light this candle right here. These candles. A zombie, that zombie we just passed will come into this room, and we need to push this shelf out of the way. Juke that guy. I ended up failing. You can juke him and grab the item behind him, which is the musical score. And then he'll try to lunge at you by turning around. If you can, like, gauge where the distance, like, which direction he's trying to grab you turning around at, then you can just go in that opposite direction and avoid him completely. I did it before in my practice run of this, which, even though this was my official recording run, compared to my practice run, this still ends up being slower. Like, this ends up being 10 minutes longer than my practice run of before I recorded this. But yes, now that we have the musical score, we're going to head back down to the dining hall. And back into the hallway where the first zombie was where I used the armor key to unlock a door at the very end. Now, I actually fuck up pretty bad here. And you're about to find out why. As you can see, I forgot to grab the emblem that was above the fireplace. For some reason, thinking I already had it on me. As you can see, that first zombie's a Crimson Head now. I was literally terrified, like, running over him and like, seeing that he was a Crimson Head. It's funny, because I do like the same amount of events with Chris even, yet he isn't even a Crimson Head by that time. At least not until I come back to the mansion. See, here's where I realize, oh shit, I forgot the fucking emblem. I'm going to go get it now. And I end up taking some damage because of this second trip. Just because of this Crimson Head. It's strange. It's like zombies become Crimson Heads quicker in Jill's playthrough than Chris. That, or maybe I just did do enough in the game between when I killed him and now to where he did become a Crimson Head. And guess what? He's at the far end of the hallway. Also, I want to be quick. I don't want 2 zombies in this hallway. That would be terrible. But now, with both the musical score and emblem in hand, I want to use the musical score on the piano. And upon opening the secret door, we want to come inside and grab the gold emblem. But oh no, the door behind us will close. Whatever shall we do? Simple, we just put the other emblem in. And now that we have the gold emblem, we're going to see what happens if we put it where we got the normal emblem. Psychotic bastard, I swear to God. Luckily, we don't have to go to the far end of that hallway ever again. So we can avoid him completely from now on. And there we go. As you can see, it opened up some gears over here on this grandfather clock. Now, the solution is simple. All you want to do is you want to turn the large gear the same direction twice. That's all you need to do. If you're wondering where the solution for this puzzle comes from, it comes from that picture that's right there on the wall. The long sword is going through the man's head, while the small sword is going through the man's chest. And in here we get another key. Now we're coming up to not one of my finer moments, because I end up blundering really bad here. Maybe that's why this run ended up being so slow, because I ended up making all these little mistakes and they all just add up. I mean, speedrunning is some serious shit, man. Not that I'm like trying to do a full-fledged speedrun, but I do try to get through the game as fast as I can, while at the same time making it feel consistent. Now I'm actually going to grab both of these green herbs. And I'm going to combine them into a green-green mixture. Thinking on the off chance that I do get hit. And there's only one... Yeah, there's only one door for this key in the entire mansion. This is Jan. He is a giant snack. Or she. I don't know. It's a snack. Richard comes here to try and do some shit. We're going to run away from him. And we're going to pick up the fourth death mask. But we don't want to leave just yet. Because we can't just leave here, because we need to help Richard out a bit. Now, this is where I end up fucking up. Because I don't see where Jan is, he ends up biting me. Because I did not think Jan could actually turn around in that very small space.
Thanks.
No, not Richard. We knew him so well. So yeah, I'm going to take the long way around so Jan doesn't bite me again. And then if we come over here to where Richard was, he dropped the assault shotgun. Now we can leave. But getting bit by Jan is probably one of the biggest failures I've ever done in this game.
Am I poisoned? I need serum.
So, since I ended up getting poisoned by Jan, I have to go all the way back to where I got the serum for Richard in order to get rid of this poison. If you don't get bit by him, you can avoid this completely. I'm not going to heal myself yet, because even if I do heal myself up to fine, I'm still poisoned. And it's the poison that's making me have my hand like on my waist like this. Which is another thing I haven't brought up yet. If your health drops below a certain amount, then you end up losing quite a bit of your movement speed. Which is orange caution, danger, and when you're poisoned. So whenever you're running through this game quickly, you always want to make sure that your health status is at yellow caution or fine. I try to juke that guy and failed, and he fucking bites me. And that ends up putting me in danger. So that means I can't take another hit from anything, or else I'll die. Luckily, this guy's being stupid, so I was able to just get past him. And we end up being safe. And also, on the bright side, when you do come over here to get a serum, even if you do get bit by yawn... Oh yeah, I forgot. I gotta put up the normal shotgun. We're never gonna use that again. Use the first aid spray in here to heal myself. And pick up the serum and use it. Because there's a first aid spray in that box every time. Okay, since now that Yawn's poison is gone, now we can go get all of the death masks put in place. Again, that zombie's being stupid. Juke. Okay, I thought I juked him. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. So there's the hand taser in action. As you can see, it's like a stronger effect of the dagger, but except they fall to the ground. And you can't get it back after it's used. Now, I'm taking this route to get to the safe room where I put all the masks up, because this is a quick way there, but it's also a safe way there. So that way I don't have to try and dodge those zombies in that one hallway every single time I come through there. Every time I go through there. So instead I take this back way because there's no enemies in the way. Except for one, but that's not that big of an issue. It's a non-issue, practically. Okay, then. Back here in the main safe room. Want to watch this guy right here. Usually go forward far enough to make him, like, follow you, and then turn back around and then, like, shimmy past them and break for the door. Okay, here I'm putting up the grenade launcher because I realized, no, I don't need it yet for a long-ass time. And put up the lighter because we're not going to need that anymore either. So I have a first aid spray, two green herb concoctions, and the shotgun. I'm taking the wind crest with me as well. That way I don't have to make another trip back here, because we have a boss fight coming up. At first I thought I wouldn't have any room if I took that wind crest with me, but then I remembered, oh yeah, I'm going to go put the masks in place, so they'll leave my inventory then. Which this fight ends up being a lot easier for Jill just because that she has the assault shotgun. Now with Chris, you could use the normal shotgun as well, but I ended up not needing to. You could still take this guy, you could still take this upcoming boss down with just the handgun. Maybe like an extra magazine on the side just for safety in case you don't have enough. But even if you don't have that extra handgun mag, there is a handgun mag in here that spawns after the coffin falls. But yes, the first mask, the eyes are the only thing missing. And this one, everything's missing. And this one, only the nose is missing. Go ahead and equip the assault shotgun. So now we get to fight Elder Crimson Head. Fire at him once, and you always want to try and like circle him to make him try and swipe at you, and then just then turn around and then just aim and fire. 4 shells is enough to take him down. Easy peasy. Then we want to grab the stone and metal object that's in the coffin. And with that, we are now done with the mansion for the time being. So now we want to head back. I know my movement isn't perfect. You don't have to remind me. Okay. Juke that guy so we can run past him. And we're going in the door in here. Now, you want to be quick going through this hallway because I have been attacked by a Cerberus. The zombie dog is what it is. It's actually the in-game name for it is Cerberus, but I ended up getting attacked by I got attacked by a zombie dog here one time. We want to put the stone and metal object in to open this door. We go through the door. Hell yes. Some shotgun shells here. So now I'm going to start stocking up on shotgun shells as I come across them. I'm not going to go out of my way for shotgun shells. Also, there's a stun gun battery right there. I'm not picking up that first aid spray, considering I still have a first aid spray and a green herb mixture on me. So we want to have this weather vane right here pointed to the west. So we want to press the button as it's turning towards it.
Somebody respond. Over.
Barry?
Monster. James. Gun. Ineffective. It's it. Stay away. Forest outside mansion. Stay. Hey.
Okay, then. So now we get to the second weather vane, and we want this one pointing to the north. Basically, have both weather vanes point to the bottom right. And the door ends up opening. Now then. We are going to get a very special item in here. In this graveyard area. You want to walk, though, so I'm using tank controls here. If you're playing with alt controls, you use the control sticks to move with alt controls, and you can use the D-pad to do tank controls. So I want to put the wind crest in this right tombstone. And look at that, we got 3 more crests out of it. We're going to take all of these crests. Here, I'm trying not to mess up the word crest. Come over to this tombstone over here. We want to check the back of all 3 of these crests and push all these buttons on the back of them. And then once we do that, we want to put all 3 of these crests in place. And in doing so, we get ourselves the very, very beautiful Magnum revolver. Now this Magnum's going to be used 2 times throughout the run. On the next boss coming up, and the final boss. Creepy sound off in the distance. Also, we got a narrow pathway here. It's practically one way up until you get to about here. You can take a right, and it's a lot faster this way. And there's a shed all the way out here in this creepy ass forest. Anyhoozle, we want to come all the way through here and pick up the crank. Now we want to head all the way back. But so, this is Lisa. To get past her right there, you just want to run forward with alt controls. And then to where she swings and then run backwards. And then as her fists are like... And while she's trying to like recompose herself after trying to swing at you, that's your chance to just run past her. Also, run behind the tree to go past that zombie. Works every time. And we're pretty much good. You can run along the wall there and the crows won't aggro on you. So there's that. Okay, now we've made it back.
This is Brad. If you can hear me, just give me a sign. Anything.
Jill to Brad, can you hear me? Shit, it's broken.
You do want to walk a bit in this room because there are 3 dogs in here. Once you get to about like halfway across the room, then just gun it. The dogs shouldn't be able to catch up to you. So now we want to use the crank that we just picked up. You can hear the sound of a waterfall in the distance. That's actually a hint for later. With the water drain, we can go across here now. Down this elevator we go. We want to walk in this area as well because there are crows. Wait until we get like about here, and then we're good. I'm pretty sure when I put this back in and you guys are watching this, when I say like right here, I guarantee it probably won't be synced up just because of these stupid jump cuts that happens. But I don't know. I'm recording it like as it happens, so might be alright. Also, just keep running. That way you don't get bit by the snakes. Now we are in the residential area. And we are going to stop by the safe room in here. Go ahead and grab the taser battery. And we are going to put up our shotgun shells, and the crank. Just put up your shotgun shells. I had no idea what the fuck I was thinking. I'm being an idiot. Because if I don't have the shotgun equipped, then I don't see a point of having those shells with me. We want to go into these red doors here. My original thought is that I thought there were shotgun shells here, but no, there are no shotgun shells in the residential area. Also, spooters. Spooters are a thing now. No, they've always been a thing. But yes, there are no shotgun shells in the residential area, and I'm not going to use my shotgun throughout this entire place. So just save yourself headache and just put up both your shotgun and your shotgun shells in that item box. I don't realize that until later, so I do end up fixing it. Want to push that box over 2 times, or 3 times, I believe. And then we want to push it all the way up against these boxes right here. That way we can just climb over like so. Because if you just try running across that hole right there, you'll get damaged by a vine. Which is no fun.
No, that wasn't part of our deal. But it's not necessary to destroy stars. What about my family? If I play my cards right.
So yeah, we want to head in this door.
Jill.
Barry, I heard someone talking.
Oh, you heard. I think age is starting to take its toll. Talking to myself is becoming a bad habit.
Talking to yourself? You alright? What's gotten into you?
I'm getting you worried, aren't I? But don't, I'm alright. I guess this creepy mansion has gotten to my nerves. Anyway, I think I'll go outside, get some fresh air for a change. Don't worry, I'm just going to get some fresh air. If I'm lucky, I'll get to waste some monsters along the way.
Okay then. Now I'm going to go ahead and push these shelves. That way I don't have to do it later. Feel like I need some water. It's like there's a lot of water in my mouth. We want to go into this side door right here. We can go into these. We want to go into this side door. And then there's a key right here. We also hear the door open behind us. So there is a zombie right in here now. But we won't be coming back into this room for a bit. So now we want to head back to the first hallway. Climb back over the boxes. And we want to go into this door. Right across from the safe room. Now we want to come over here and pick up this self-defense gun. Alright. And now we want to head into the side room again, or the bathroom. There's pretty much a bathroom in these dorms, if you could call them that. Now I want to pull out the plug and drain all the water. And here's another Jill exclusive thing. And it seems that only for Jill, that body that was hanging actually falls to the ground and becomes a zombie. But that doesn't really matter because we're not coming back in here ever again. Now this is where I realized, now this is at the time where before I realized there are no shotgun shells in the entire residential area, and nor do I ever use the shotgun throughout this place. So I put up the shells, and I put up the self-defense gun. The only weapon we're carrying with us is the Magnum for the boss fight in this place. So now we want to head all the way back to the room we were just in. And now we want to go down that ladder that I opened up, moving those bookshelves out of the way. Keep in mind, there is a zombie in this room now. I don't remember what direction he's facing. We're probably about to see. Okay, yeah, he's facing the other way. So just be ready to juke him as best you can. If you can't, you have your self-defense items. Now we're in the underground area. This is probably my favorite area of the game, honestly. We want to push all 3 of these crates into the water right here. It takes more pushes with Jill because she's not as strong as Chris. So this does end up taking a little bit longer. Okay, and we're good. Now there is a green herb right in front of me. I'm picking this up for later. I'm not going to be using it right now. Alright, now we're in this water-filled room. And what's in this water-filled room? Sharks. Just run along the outside of this area, and the sharks will never catch up to you and will never bite you. They will bite you, but they're not going to be able to catch up. And we want to head into this double door right here. I'm already starting to get tired. This is bad. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. Okay, I know that there's a freaking hiccup right there. That looked terrible. Anyway, we want to press the drain switch.
Emergency, emergency. Unknown source of pressure detected. Locking all doors to achieve maximum safety.
Now, this is a multiple step process. First, come to the console on the right to release the safety. And then we'll come over to the left and pull the bulkhead lever. We lose oil pressure, so now we have to go to these valves over here to boot it back up. I usually guess until I get it right.
50% of pressure threshold.
Because personally, I don't know what tells me which one I'm supposed to hit.
Activate emergency drainage system immediately.
Okay, since we got that fixed up, we want to release the safety again. And now we want to close the bulkhead. And now that we did that, now we can drain the water. Water has been completely drained. Okay. And in doing so, we can come out this way. And there's a little special present on the ground right here. Magnum ammo. Now, this is the only clip of Magnum ammo I pick up in the game. So now with the water drain, the sharks are kind of helpless. Also, this is one big motherfucker. Now, the key that we were going to get fell in the water, but we have to get past this big bastard. Neptune is named. Just push the control box and pull the lever. And you get a fried shark. Now we can go past him and grab the gallery key. And now that we have the gallery key, we can leave. Want to head through these double doors right here, and this will take us straight out. Climb up this ladder and we're home free. Okay then. Now let's head back up to the residential area. That zombie is still in here. I still end up not juking him because this is a very narrow hallway. Sadly. So the gallery key goes to this door right here. Now we want to run over this way. Watch out for the bees. And we want to pick up the insecticide spray. If you just keep running, the bees shouldn't catch up to you. And if we come over here, we check out this piece of paper on the wall here. This is a map. We pick it up, and then it'll say there's a hole in the wall. Use the insecticide spray. Now, one thing I noticed when I did this, all of the bees died really fast, and I had control really fast. So, I don't know if that's like a factor for speedrunners, like they wish to have happen. I don't know what it was, but I feel like I got the fastest, like, bee kill right there. So, if I was doing everything absolutely perfectly and I got that, I'd probably be on world record pace. But the truth is, I'm not. So, yeah. That's how you be an idiot. is me spouting shit like that. I'm just kidding. I didn't mean anything by that. Please no one hate me. Okay, yeah, we want to get the key where the hive was to go into this door. And then the red book we've been carrying this whole time, we want to put it in. Now, we have to reorder the books. You want to swap the first one with the fourth one, the second one with the sixth one, and the third one with the seventh one. And in doing so, we have a door. And coming in here is our next boss fight. Now we get to fight Plant 42. Plant 42 takes 5 shots with the Magnum to take down. Also, you want to kind of like stay on the move, that way you don't get hit by his acid, as you see right there. And also getting whipped by his tentacles as well. Or it. It's not a him. Oh no, this plant could have a gender. I mean, plants do have genders after all. So that's 4 shots already, so now we only need 1 more. And goodbye. Gonna reload our Magnum with the Magnum clip we picked up. And we come over to this fireplace, we pick up another mansion key. This is the... We've done sword, armor, shield, helmet. Yeah, I think this is the helmet key. And I'm going to pick up this red herb. This is what I picked up that green herb for earlier. Make a complete concoction. That's what I call them. Like a complete or a perfect concoction. That's what I always call red and green mixtures. So now with this key, it's time for us to head back to the mansion.
Wesker.
Jill, so you're safe.
That's what I was going to say.
I apologize. It was all I could do to protect myself against those strange creatures.
I understand. Anyway, it's good that you're safe.
Did you notice? Barry, he sounded a little flaky.
Now that you mention it, yeah. I'll keep a close eye.
Maybe it's quite natural under these circumstances. It's not really our standard operation. Jill, our first priority is to get out of here.
I agree.
There are still rooms in that mansion we can't get into because they're locked up. I've been looking for ways to...
Okay, if there's anything, I'll go back to the other mansion.
I'm counting on you.
We were heading back that way anyway. We can run across the hole now because Plant 42 is dead. Okay. So now I'm going to put up the Magnum ammo because I'm not going to be using it. We want to take our shotgun, the crank, the self-defense gun. Okay, yeah, we want to have the Magnum, our shotgun ammo, the helmet key, like the crank. I already said Magnum, I think, right? Okay, you saw it in my inventory. Yes, the self-defense gun, shotgun, crank, key, Magnum, and shotgun ammo. That's what we have to take back with us. Also, grabbing that blue herb there, just in case I get poisoned on my way back.
This is Brad. Come in, Stars Alpha Team. Come in.
This is Jill.
Does anybody hear me?
I hear you, Brad. Over.
Stars Alpha Team. Bravo Team. Doesn't matter. Respond. I repeat, this is Brad.
Brad? Brad!
This is Brad. If you can't answer me, somehow give me a sign.
Jill to Brad. Can you hear me? Brad! Brad! Shit. It's broken.
Okay, then. It's pretty much a straightforward path up until we get to about here. Now, there's a bunch of snakes in the pool room. Or actually, no, it's the next room coming up. Derp. That dog's just laying down. You can just run past them if you just go straight for the elevator. Go from point A to point B and you'll be fine. Okay, here we go. Run past these snakes. There's a snake camping in that corner right there. There's also one camping in the corner right there. And there's one camping up against that railing. Just camping snakes. I pretty much get poisoned every time I come through here. Jill has the space to carry a blue herb with you. The blue herb that I just picked up before I left the residential area. So even if you do get poisoned playing as Jill, it's not that big of a deal because you just use a blue herb right there and you'll be fine. But those snakes are brutal. Get about halfway through the room and then dash for the door. Dogs won't catch up to me, so I'm not worried. Also, we have a dagger and shotgun shells here. Gonna pick these up. There's also a first aid spray. I don't know if I picked that up. No, I don't. Okay. I pick it up later. Alright, now we're back in the mansion. But yeah, now hunters have invaded the mansion. Hunters are very powerful enemies. Now, when we come into our main safe room area, I want to use the self-defense gun on this first hunter. Because the self-defense gun takes hunters down in one shot. Now I'm going to equip my assault shotgun. And then we need to shoot this guy 3 times. And then he's dead. So this room is secure now. And now we want to head into our main safe room. And we want to put up the empty self-defense gun because we're not going to need it. And we're going to take the grenade launcher with the 6 acid rounds. As well as put up the crank. Now I want to head upstairs and head to the end of this hallway. We haven't gone this way yet. And this door opens up. With the key we have, of course. Alright. So in this room, we just want to push this statue all the way to the end. The walls are closing in, but the statue will stop it. Push it all the way up against the wall, and then head back. And then we want to head behind the wall right here and push this switch. Now we want to head back. And we want to push this statue to the left. And now we want to head down this hole. It looks like there's a book right here. Last Book, Volume 1. Also, we have a diary right here. Alright, and there's a switch on the grave. We push it. And look at that, it's a ladder. Alright, now we have more spooters. There's also shotgun shells at the end of this little hallway bit right here. Yeah, spooters. That spooter ends up poisoning me. Which ain't no thing because there's a blue herb right here. I'm gonna use this rather than use my perfect mixture. 2 zombies in here. We're gonna kill both of them. Beautiful. And I'm gonna pick up the dagger right here. More self-defense items, yay. And we want to come back here and switch the power supply for the elevator. Now, remember at the very beginning, the first door I opened up with the sword key? Yeah, we're in here now. Because since we came in through this way and changed and turned on power to the elevator, now Jill has something to come down here for. I tried juking that guy, but he ends up being retarded and just goes against the wall instead. So now we want to call the elevator and ride it up. Alright. Now there is a zombie right here, right in front of me. But there's also 2 green herbs. I'm gonna come over here real quick and try and take out this zombie. There we go. And now I'm going to combine the green herbs and use them to make sure I'm at absolute full health. We want to come into this door here. Not going to pick up the magnum ammo because I'm not going to need it. Though with Jill's extra space, you can pick it up and it probably won't be like affect you that much. Plus you'll have an extra clip of magnum ammo, but I don't see the point, so I'm not going to. Want to also pick up the taser battery and the actual battery. And then come over this way and we unlock a door. And this takes us back to this hallway. The 2 zombies in this room are positioned in 2 different places, so be wary. Now, we want to head past where we got the armor key. Because since we have the helmet key, we can come in here now. And now we have our next boss fight coming up. So I'm going to equip the grenade launcher. Now it's time for our refight with Jan. Fire 1 acid round and then run away from him. It takes 6 acid rounds to kill Jan. I actually do end up hitting him there, even though it didn't look like it. And with that, Jan is dead. Lil Snick couldn't handle the acid. Or as Barry calls it, the can of fizz. And behind here, we get Last Book Volume 2. Now, let's head back. Yeah, here you can tell that I'm playing with alt controls because the camera and the alt controls just fight against each other sometimes. Okay, with Yawn dead, we're gonna head back through this way because with the helmet key we can unlock another door here. But first, I have to put up the last books, both of them. That way I have space. Put up the grenade launcher, because we'll be coming back for it when we need to get the books. So might as well make up more space while I'm at it. And plus, I don't really use any other weapons for a good while. So there's that. Okay, so now we want to come in here. We want to flip the switch. Now, there's a lot going on in this room, but first thing we want to do is we want to push these drawers all the way up against the wall. Also, a dagger right here. There are drawers on both ends of this room. And what we want to do is we want to have the eagle face away from the jewel that we're picking up from the heads up here. We're going to get the yellow gemstone and the red gemstone. Because if the eagle looks completely in one direction, then it'll lock the jewel in place and we can't get it out. So we have to like run underneath the eagle to get the jewel out. Okay, but the moment you come down here with the yellow gemstone acquired, we're gonna get hunters breaking through the windows, but if you just go straight for the door, you're more than likely not gonna get hit by them. I'm not saying you couldn't, but it's really hard. You'd like have to stop in order for them to hit you. Okay, so we want to put the yellow gemstone inside of the tiger here. And in doing so, we get ourselves the Modisc. Very key item if we want to get best ending. So make sure you get it now. Okay, next order of business. Now here I look at my map trying to remember where I'm going. And then I remembered, oh yeah, in the main hall there's a door that's locked that we can open now. Again, run behind that guy, works every time. Okay. As you can see, the blue gemstone is on the ground there. So that made me realize that you don't have to push over the statue to get the blue gemstone, because your second visit to the mansion coming back here to do all this with the helmet key, you can pick it up then if you hadn't pushed the statue over to begin with. But then again, I don't need the shotgun shells with Jill because she already gets plenty, so I'm not going to waste the time. But if you need more shotgun shells just in case you're running out or some other reason, then you can use the blue gemstone to get the shotgun shells. That is, if you hadn't already done it. So we used up the last of the helmet key, and we're now in this room. This guy jukes me. I'm not going to pick up the herb. Normally I pick up that herb and use it to make sure I'm at full health, but I know I'm at full health, so I'm not going to bother. And we're going to get another goddamn jewelry box. God, we just keep seeing these things. What is this? The second one? Like, come on, game. Give me a different item. Anywho. We want to head back to the hallway that takes us outside of the mansion through the back. In other words, like, we're going to take the safe route back to the hallway before the main safe room area. I swear, this is probably like the best route if you just want to play it safe. Not that I'm saying that this routing for this game that I've done so far is perfect. It sure as hell isn't. I mean, I'm not going for world record or anything like that. Anyway. So we're coming up to this door here. We want to combine the red gemstone with the jewelry box. And then we get some pieces. And then we gotta solve a puzzle. Just basically arrange them the way that the way I show here. I kind of mess up at first. And then I realize, oh wait, no, it goes this way. Yes. Put that piece in the top left corner, turn this piece like so, place it in the center. Now, one thing you do have to do with this is that when you put the piece in, you then have to confirm, you move it inside of this picture to like move it around so you can get it to fit. But once you get all the pieces in like so, we get a brooch. Examine the brooch and it becomes the insignia key or emblem key, which it's used for this door right here and nowhere else. Great way to lock up your stuff, you know? Just put it in a jewelry box that needs a fucking jewel. Who would have thought? Anyway, flip the switch on this room. Check the drawer to the left to get more shotgun shells. That's right, more shotgun shells. And right here we get a metal object. Very important. As well as a taser battery, because why not? And with that, we've done everything that we can in the mansion up to this point. There's only one more door we have not, like, that we can't go through yet because we're missing one piece. And no, not King of the Pirates. Anyway, going back to the main safe room here, it's time to do some inventory management. Everybody loves that. So, put up the metal object and the Mo disc. And take the crank. I put up the shotgun shells because I don't need them. Truth be told. So I just have 4 inventory slots because why not? Not to mention I still have that perfect herb mixture that I made earlier. So I'm pretty much in really, really good shape. But yes, we need to head all the way back outside now. Now, normally this hunter tries jumping for me, but he didn't that time, so he swiped at my feet. So that's a little unfortunate. Okay. So we want to head back to the area where the waterfall is. Also, doggos, so watch out for them. I just don't get why they're not being so aggressive with me. It's weird. I don't know if it's because of the way I'm running, or the way I'm running around them. I'm not sure what it is. Okay, since we're coming back through this way, that means we have to try and dodge the snakes again. Which, for Jill, you can just have a blue herb on hand and fix that in case you do get bit, but if you follow this pathway the way that I did just now, you're not going to get bit. At least, I'm hoping you don't. That's the very first time I've come back this way and not get bit by a snake. So, I have no idea if that's consistent or not. Then again, I probably couldn't recreate that even if I tried. Anyway, we want to come over here, and we want to put the battery in this little hole right here. And in doing so, we can now use this elevator. And where does this elevator take us? It takes us back here in the doggo room. So now, we're going to go back through here. And then we're going to use the crank to fill the pool back up. The sound of waterfall seems to have stopped. Alright then. So, we can't get across the pool now because we filled it up, but we just put the battery in to get that elevator working. So now, that means we can just get to the other side using the elevator. That dog gets me. First time the dog decides to attack me, and he does. So now, maybe I should just turn on my fan. Is 1 like the maximum setting? I never realized. Okay, anyway. As you can see, by filling that pool up with water, the waterfall's gone. And if you notice, we could just go through a cave now. I mean, then again, it just happened right in front of your eyes, so I don't think I really need to explain it. No, okay, I guess 1 is the lowest setting. I guess that's what happens when you're playing with... Okay, I'll just leave my fan turned off. Anyway, going through here, this place is kind of different.
Is that you, Jill?
Is that voice Enrico's?
Yeah?
You're alive!
Stop! Are you with anybody, Jill?
No, but why?
The stars are finished. Someone is a traitor. Umbrella set us up.
Enrico! Traitor? Who?
Whoever did this is definitely a professional. Wait, he's holding something. And here we get the red crank. Also leaving. Hunter wants to say hi. Anyway, so the difference between the red and the green crank is that the green crank, the one that we have been using, has a square shape on the end of it, but the red crank has a octagon shape at the end of it. Which, believe it or not, by the time we're up to here, also dodge hunters, be careful. Now, the reason why you can get by hunters most of the time throughout this is because hunters, like, they pretty much focus on touch or sight, for the matter, unless they actually hear a gunshot. They don't hear your footsteps. But also put up the green crank because we're done with it and use the red crank here. But as I was saying, when hunters see you, they will usually just scream at you for like 2 seconds and then actually try going after you. And 2 seconds is a lot of time. So basically they could turn around, scream at you, but you'll be so far ahead of them and or you're already out of the room. Gonna use this green herb to heal back up to fine because I don't like being at yellow caution. Get paranoid like that. Which, what was that? There's something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah, you still want to be careful with hunters though, because also check this boulder, and let's run. Safe. Okay. But yeah, hunters have an instant kill move, but I'll go into that later. But if we go into these double doors here... This is Black Tiger. She's a giant spider. Or a giant spooter, excuse me. Now, we want to grab the survival knife here, because we're not going to be fighting Black Tiger. And I'm slowly going to, like, make her turn around the direction she's going. That way it gives me enough time to just swipe the webs away here. That way we can just go in the door and just avoid the fight completely. Chris gets the flamethrower, so it's easier for him. With Jill, you have to use that knife if you don't want to avoid fighting Black Tiger. I could have used my shotgun, but I feel like that would have taken a lot longer. Because I feel like you're definitely a lot faster with the knife. And if you do get poisoned by Black Tiger, there is a blue herb in the hallway we were just in. Now, right here, we want to use the red crank 3 times. That was use number 1. Use number 2. And use number 3. And then when we're done, the boulder tries coming after us, but just run forward and you're good. Also, there's a first aid spray in a med box behind where that boulder was. So if you want more healing, you can do that. You can go grab that. Alright, now we have a bit of a small puzzle in this room involving pushing and the crank. So we want to push the statue up to this different part of the wall here. And then we want to use the crank in this spot here. That way we push the statue out from being up against the wall, so it's easier to move. And now we want to push it onto that circle that's here in the middle of the room. Be careful when walking here because the camera gets really janky right there. And this rotates it, so we want to push it off and then push it back on. That way it rotates correctly. So now we just want to push it 1, 2, 3. And then we just want to push it all the way up against the hole. It's not perfect, but it's close enough. The game gives it to me. That's the point. Like so. And here we get a cylinder. I almost said dial, but I mean, it could be a dial. I mean, who knows? Okay, then now we have to head all the way back. Which we're coming up to another point that's different for Chris. Or different for Jill than it is... I can't fucking speak! Also, when you come through here, come through this room with Black Tiger again, I've seen Black Tiger, like, literally lunge in front of me all the way across the room. So just kind of be prepared for anything when you come into that room. But other than that, just make a break for the other door. But yeah, when you're playing as Jill, there are not hunters in this room. When you're playing as Chris, there are hunters in this room. So Jill kind of gets a bit of a break here. So now we're back in here. The room where the item box is. Now we want to head all the way back to that big area where it was that big hole in the ground. But first we gotta get past these hunters again. Alright, and here we are. So we want to come over here to this panel. And we open this lid and we get a shaft. So we want to combine the cylinder with the shaft. Check the shaft and you see there's a number code on it. The code on it says 4231. So we want to put this back in here and put 4231. And bam! We have power. I mean, it's just that easy. Anybody can do it. Even you can.
Jill!
Barry? Thank God you're safe.
You too, Jill. A noise I heard brought me down here, but I didn't expect to find a place like this. Have any idea as to what might be at the bottom?
There's only one way to find out.
What the hell is that sound? It could be a person.
Jill, go check it out. We had enough surprises for one day. I'll stay here and secure our escape route in case something happens.
Okay.
Okay, and another benefit for playing as Jill is that unlike Chris, you spawn right in front of the door that you need to go in. So, you don't have to spend like 2 minutes looking for it. Anyway, this is the Lisa hallway, as I call it. Now, the thing about Lisa here is that she'll always try to get in your way. So, I go to the left there when I enter this room to spawn her on that end. That way I can walk the other end where I'm supposed to go and not get interrupted by her. Okay, so coming in here, we want to push this box onto this lift. I guess you could say that's what it is. Make sure you push the box like the way I'm pushing it on now, because I've had times where I got it on there perfectly and the game just says you must fit the supplies on the lift correctly, and I'm like, it is. What more do you want from me? So that's an issue that can happen, so be wary of that. Also, you can climb up those crates right there to find handgun ammo and a taser battery. But I don't really need either, so I'm not going to waste the time to get them. Now, coming down here to spawn Lisa right there. That way I can just walk this way and not run into her. What the hell, Barry? Why are you just leaving us down here like this? Anyway, we want to head down this ladder. And ta-da! It's the crate with the lift. So now we want to push said crate. Over here. And then we want to push the crate into this trash compactor so we can find out what's inside. Smush. Be weird if a trash compactor made that sound exactly the way I said it. Anyway, it looks like there's a gun down there. But lo and behold, it wasn't a trash compactor, so it's a broken flamethrower. Now you guys are probably wondering, why did we go through that effort to break a flamethrower? I butchered that, but I'm not going to fix it. Well, that's because we're not going to use it as a weapon. We're going to use it to get out of here. Okay, now I intentionally move the way I do here, just to make this quicker. I thought I could avoid Lisa there, I'm sure you can, but I just couldn't do it. Anyway, we want to come to the left, pull this lever, and then we want to go around here. Though it would have been faster if I just turned around and went the other way. And then we want to put the broken flamethrower on this. You are timed after pulling that lever, so make sure you get the broken flamethrower on there as fast as you can. And in doing so, you unlock this door. And we enter Lisa's little private area, from what it looks like. Full of cobwebs and shit. Also, don't worry about these snakes. If you just keep running, you're not going to get caught by them. Also, we have right here another goddamn jewelry box. Okay? So if we come over here, there is a green herb and a blue herb if you need them. I'm going to use the green herb to bring my health back up to fine. That way I'm good. Now we're going to examine the jewelry box, and we get ourselves a stone ring. And we also have a family picture here. And then that last bit there was just telling us what to do later on. Which I'll get to later. But if we come up to this ladder, it takes us somewhere special. That's right. Now we're back in the shed outside the mansion. Now we're done with the red crank and the knife, so we're going to put those up. And we're good. Now, with the stone ring, we are now able... Well, with the stone ring and the metal object in the item box back in the mansion, we can now leave the mansion in its entirety. But first, we have to get back to the mansion, however. So this is going to be a bit of a walk. Again, run behind the tree. Works every time. Also, there are zombies in here now, but if you run along the wall, they can't get you. Also, for Jill, there are 2 zombies in this graveyard, but for Chris, there are 3. So that's another small change, but then again, you avoid them all anyway with ease, so it doesn't really matter. More stair skating. Okay, I am going to pick up the first aid spray here. Just because. Now make sure you pick up the stone and metal object that we put in here in order to get outside in the first place. And we have to avoid this hunter again. Which I succeed in doing. Somehow. So, back here in the main safe room, we're doing some more inventory management. So, we want to go ahead and take the metal object. I'm actually going to combine the stone ring with the metal object and use the first aid spray because I don't need it. And then we're going to grab our shotgun shells, the grenade rounds, the magnum, and the Mo disc. Just had to double check, see if there's anything else I needed, but no, we're good. So with 2 stone metal objects, we can leave. But there are still 2 more things we need. But I don't have the space for it. We're almost done. Hang in there, guys. We're pretty much approaching the end of the game now. Also, if you're wondering why my voice sounds different, I actually ended up fucking up the voice file. Like, basically, I had to take a break after the yawn fight because, like, oh, my legs hurt. Okay, yeah, we want to go behind here and we want to put these stone and metal objects into this gate. But yes, as I was saying. So I got tired after the yawn fight, wanted to take a break. I paused everything, and then I finished the rest of the video commentating over it. And then when I finished, I realized I never hit unpause on Audacity. So this second part after the yawn fight that I'm post commentating now is done the day after, because I did not want to have to put up with it again, and the fact that I had work today meant that I couldn't really afford to stay up any later to get this post commentated and put out there. But now you know. So we want to head back to the safe room back this way. Okay, that was definitely a hiccup right there. There's definitely like a small jump right there. Again, as a reminder, because these hiccups exist in this video because it's so fucking long, I'm not, for the sake of my sanity, I'm not going to go back and try and fix them. So if they happen, they happen, but my voice will not be 100% in sync. So now you know. So again, the hunter will scream at us and just sit there like an idiot. So we're also taking our grenade launcher too, but we still need to make space, so combine the grenade rounds with the grenade launcher. So let's load it up, and then grab both last books, and we are good. Gonna go ahead and examine the books. Last book, Volume 1, has the Eagle Medal inside of it. And last book, Volume 2, has the Wolf Medal inside of it. We now have everything that we need. Now, remember earlier I talked about how hunters have an instant kill move? Now, you're about to see it here, and thank God it did not hit me, otherwise I would have died. That hunter's right on my ass. He does a low sweep that stuns me. When he does that, that's his insta-kill move. Whenever you see a hunter do that, run behind them, because whenever they do that, it's just a straight lunge. They can't, like, turn themselves while they're doing that. So that means if he hit me with that stun and I kept running forward, he would have hit me and I would have gotten a game over. Because he basically slits my throat with that attack. So run behind them. That's the precautionary measure, so to speak. I don't know if that's 100% consistent, but it saved my ass. So I'm willing to put a little faith in it. It was terrifying, though. Then again, there are only 2 instances in this entire game that terrify the fuck out of me when playing real survival. Which we're coming up to the first of those 2 right now. Wonder what's on the other side of this door. And with the 2 emblems in it, we can now open it. So yeah, you want to make sure that you have, well, at least what I have, the Mo disc, the Eagle Medal, the Wolf Medal, the Magnum, the shotgun ammo, the grenade launcher, and yeah, just make sure you have those things. The last item is just a healing item if you want to be safe. So here we have a bit of a puzzle slash boss, you could say that.
Jill, you're alive. I was worried, because I thought you were...
Start talking.
Calm down. I didn't want to do it. Believe me, I can explain.
Don't lie to me!
No time to talk. Jill, hand me my gun! Thanks, Jill.
we are going for best ending, so we do want to give Barry back his gun. So in order to get past this part, we need to push all 4 of these stones off the edge while avoiding Lisa at the same time. Because here's what's terrifying. If Lisa whacks you while you're close to the edge, like it's far enough to like make you like stumble or something, you will fall off the edge and get a game over. So I'm just genuinely terrified right here. I try to lure her over here so I could get past her because I'm scared to run past her right now. I managed to do it right there because Barry is a boss and just stuns the piss out of her with his magnum. And then I managed to do this. Thanks, Barry, for the save, and we are done. Now let's check up on Barry.
I don't believe that thing's really dead. Leave this place up to me and go on ahead.
Okay.
But yeah, for those of you who are curious, if you choose to take Barry's Magnum, it's probably the most powerful gun in the entire game. Aside from New Game Plus unlockables, like the rocket launcher. Anyway, now that we're out here, we're at this fountain. We want to put the wolf medal on the left side. And we want to put the eagle medal on the right side. And would you look at that, the fountain turned into an elevator. Gonna ride the elevator down. And in doing so, we are now in the final area of the game. The lab. It's pretty much a straight shot throughout the lab for the most part. This is probably the quickest area in the entire game, honestly. Gonna drop off the Magnum in the item box. But yeah, basically the passwords for this whole lab area are fixed. So no matter how many times you play through this game, they're always going to be the same. And because if you already know the passwords ahead of time, you can literally skip like 30% of this entire place. Juke and zombies. We're going to head downstairs first. Okay. Now this guy right here, I'm just gonna use my self-defense items on him. We are going to have to kill him later, but I want to do it later, just for the fact that I don't want him to come back as a Crimson Head. Anyway, we want to go into these double doors here. If you come back here, there's a taser battery, which I fail at grabbing. There we go. And now we want to get on the computer that's right here. Now, the login is John, and the password is Ada. And to unlock B2F, the password is Cell. You find out this password by solving an X-ray puzzle in another room. But if you already know it, you can just put it in. As well as unlocking the doors on B3F. And we're done with the computer. Remember that fucking, like, Spider-Man for the PlayStation 1. Surf the web, surf the web, surf the web. I have no idea what they were thinking with Venom on that one. Anyway, again, juke that guy, thank God. We want to head back upstairs, and we want to go to the door that we unlocked on B2F first. juke that guy. There's another Mo disc right here. Be sure you grab this. Okay, and there's another Mo disc right here. So you should have 3. And for this little terminal right here, the password is 8462. And look at that, it opens up a secret door. Which gives us the lab key. Now, to solve the puzzle for that terminal, what you have to do is basically on the B3F room that you unlock, there are some like red slides. You put them on in the projector in this room, and it will actually tell you the code if you go scroll through the slides with those red slides put in. Yeah, with the lab key, again, try juking, but I fail. But I have self-defense items for days, so it don't really matter. So we want to unlock this door right here first, and then we want to unlock this double door and discard the key. Now, we're going to be pushing a lot of racks around. Not like Jill's racks. No, that's not funny. Anyway, grab the shotgun shells here, because like we need any more shotgun shells at this point. We pretty much have a surplus now, given how real survival works. We want to go through that vent and go through another vent until we end up right here. And then we want to use the first Mo disc on this little Mo disc box right here. Or this little box. Whatever it is. It was a GameCube, but they had to change it for legal reasons, okay? Now, if you're quick enough at doing that, and then coming over here and push the rack 3 times, you can get out of here before that Chimera hits you. Now, I don't know if it's because Jill's probably faster than Chris, but usually with Chris, I can never be fast enough to pull that off. So normally with Chris, you would probably have to kill that guy. And if you still want to feel like you want to play it safe, even with Jill, then still go ahead and kill that Chimera anyway. It only takes 2 assault shotgun shells to kill a Chimera. Also, I'm coming into this room to pick up these flame rounds, because they're flamey. I was thinking about grabbing that first aid spray, but I'll pick it up later. That guy gets me. Another dagger to the head. Okay, now we want to come over here. Make sure you be quick, because there's a Chimera right here. You want to try and shoot at him before he goes to the ceiling. And once you get that second shotgun shell off, he's dead. So, okay. Warning, fuel may explode if shaken or jarred. Now we're at the second point of the game that scares the absolute fuck out of me whenever I'm playing on real survival, especially when you don't save. We want to pick up this fuel capsule, and we need to take it to the room that we unlocked on B3F with the computer. Which we haven't gone to yet because we didn't need to until now. Now I'm actually going to go ahead and kill this zombie here. I do get a headshot, so yay. But then again, I think naked zombies cannot turn into crimson heads, but I don't know if that's right or wrong, so take it as you will. Just assume he becomes a crimson head, that way you can play it more safe. And then we want to kill this guy now. I don't get a headshot, but then again, since I just killed him, I know he will not become a crimson head, like, immediately. Because if he did, I would literally be fucked. But you guys are about to find out why. We want to go into this door right here. Also, we passed some levers in that hallway. Just remember those are there. Also, we got another zombie we got to deal with. There we go. Off with his head. Okay, and then we want to use another Mo disc here on this little box. That doesn't look like a GameCube in the slightest. And now we want to open up this door here, and we want to refuel the supply capsule. Now here is the scary part. You got the fuel supply capsule. Main ingredient of the fuel appears to be nitro compound. Running could result in a fatal explosion. Basically meaning, if you run, you die. So yeah, I'm practically using tank controls for this entire part. Basically, we want to refuel this capsule and take it back to where we got it. And we have to walk all the way there, or else you're just going to get hit in the face with a nice big fat "you are dead." Which, I was actually terrified because I looked at this guy and he did look red and I was thinking, oh fuck. Because if he had become a Crimson Head, if you're carrying this supply capsule and you get attacked, you will die. As far as I know, you will die. I have not had the balls to try it out this far in and not save. So, there you go. That's why I killed that guy as late as I did. Because if he came back as a Crimson Head, I'd be boned. With Chris, it's a lot easier because Chris has his flash grenades. Jill just has to try and chance it with a shotgun. Also, why do Jill's boobs bounce so much when she's walking and not when she's running? Not that I'm complaining, because you guys know I have a weakness for that shit. Anyway, we're back in this room. Now, if you're walking over here and you hear some sounds, there actually are not any enemies in this room coming after you. Those are the sounds of enemies in the room right next to this one. So you're perfectly good. And then we set the fuel capsule back into place. And now we're safe. Now we want to run back this way now that we have fuel to help supply this place. So now we got to turn the power to the elevator back on. Or just turn it on. I don't know if it was already turned off, but anyway, come over here first, and there's another Mo disc box. And with that, we have used all 3 Mo discs. Now, if you're just running, these chimeras can never really hit you. There's a taser battery right there if you want it, but the chimeras aren't going to let you have it that easily, so I'm not even going to bother going for it because I don't really need it. So we want to run around this room counterclockwise, turn on the power, and then go back out. If you run counterclockwise, the chimeras just like get confused and just like try to go all the way around to catch to you. Or that one in particular, really. I don't know why it does that. Also, I feel like for Chris, there are more chimeras. I don't know if that's just me. Chris just has more enemies than Jill. That's just what it feels like. But after activating the power right there, we're pretty much in the home stretch now. Alright, so now I'm going to take this time to pick up the first aid spray in this safe room. And booyah. We are good to go. And then we want to head up here and turn on the elevator.
Jill,
Barry,
you could have at least waited up for me, you know?
let's go.
Now we got our good pal Barry here with us. Okay, so now we come this way. Gonna go ahead and equip the grenade launcher now. And then go in the door. And cutscene.
Wesker!
Thank you, Barry.
Well, what do you know?
Oh, don't blame Barry for everything. I hear that his better half and 2 lovely daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
Wesker, you're pathetic.
Well, you shouldn't worry too much, dear. You'll be free of all this anyway.
Why eliminate stars?
Believe it or not, that's Umbrella's intention.
You're just a slave of Umbrella.
Smart girl. But I think you misunderstand me. The things you mention are nothing. I'll burn all of them along with this entire laboratory. Barry, go up on the ground and wait there.
Barry.
You gotta love Barry. He must really be afraid of Umbrella.
You and Umbrella took his family. You bastard. Oh!
Umbrella? Well, I used some carrots and sticks to cow him, but it had nothing to do with Umbrella. I just used Barry for my personal interests. Though both you and Barry seem to think I was following Umbrella's orders.
What? What are you planning?
I guess it's time for show and tell. It's magnificent.
For the sake of this thing.
You know, I hate goodbyes.
Barry!
Forgive me.
No, you're not to blame. It's Umbrella and Wesker.
Even if it meant my family, I couldn't bear turning my back on my friends again. Shit! Damn it!
Jill and Barry together. In hell.
You want a piece of me?
What? Premature.
No, Barry! You viral cultured freak.
Alright, so now we want to fight. Now we're fighting Tyrant. It takes all 6 explosive rounds with the grenade launcher to take him down. So just kind of wait for him to come into view so you can get your aiming right and then just fire. And shot number 6, he is down. Also gonna put the flame rounds in the grenade launcher now. May come back here to release the lock. And then Wesker has a memo on him. So yeah, that journal is a big premonition for a lot of shit I'm gonna have to deal with.
Barry! Barry! You're okay.
Jill, sorry. That was careless of me. Wesker,
He's gone.
first, let's just get out of here.
Okay, so now it's time for us to leave.
Wesker must have set it off. Let's hurry.
Now the video looked really choppy right there for a second. I don't know if that's going to be anything in editing that'll look weird or if it'll be just fine, but who knows. Hopefully it's nothing. Okay, so now it's time for us to get out of here, but first, you notice that with the alarm it says deactivating and releasing all locks. So that means there is a locked door, excuse me, that we weren't able to open even if we had the chance, but now we're going to do that now. This is also where all 3 mode discs come into play, because all 3 mode discs turned on these levers. So now we're going to pull all 3 of them. And the door's open. So now we're gonna stair skate our way down. And if we come to this door, it'll say, the lock is released.
Jill!
Chris, you're okay.
Glad to see you are too. Anything on Wesker?
We'll talk later. First, let's get going.
Now, there is another case of flame rounds inside of Chris's cell if you want to grab them, but I don't need to, considering that I have a shit ton of shotgun ammo, like, on the side. So yeah, it's there if you want to grab it.
Come on, let's go.
Okay then, and now it's time for us to head all the way back up to the entrance. Because we're finally getting out of this hellhole. Juke past these zombies. We're in the clear. Gonna go ahead and pick up the Magnum from the item box. And I have a first aid spray and that complete herb mixture, so I'm good.
Come on, come on!
Hurry!
I would literally have to be an idiot to get a game over at this point. Which I'm not, so don't get your hopes up.
This is Brad. I'm running out of fuel. If there's anyone alive, contact me now or just give me a sign. I repeat, this is your last chance.
But do make sure you have an open inventory space. That way you can pick up this fuse unit. So we can put it into this hole right here.
3 minutes to detonation.
Damn it! We're almost there! Jill, you just get in contact with Brad.
No!
We can make it. Jill, ladies first.
Chris!
Would you let me have my moments too?
All right. We'll rendezvous at the heliport.
Three minutes to detonation. So when we get up here, we want to pick up the signal rockets. Gonna equip our Magnum and use the signal rockets.
Jill!
You made it.
Okay, at this point, we want to do a certain amount of damage to Tyrant. Now, once he gets near and picks up Barry, unload all 6 Magnum shots that you have, and then switch to your grenade launcher and start hitting Tyrant with the flame rounds. I end up missing that first shot, but just to tell you guys, to deal enough damage to Tyrant up here, it takes all 6 Magnum shots, as well as the 6 incendiary, or the 6 flame rounds I'm using. That's all it takes. But since I missed that first shot, I have to compensate it with shotgun shells. Also, when Tyrant does that charge, run to his right, because his claw is on his left.
Jill, use it! Kill it, whatever it is!
And once we deal enough damage, Brad is nice enough to drop us the rocket launcher. Tyrant does pick me up here, but sorry, sucker. I got daggers. Also, Tyrant still has a lot of life left, so it's going to take 2 rockets to take him down. There's rocket number 1, and game over. And there you guys go. That's Resident Evil 1, the remake, on real survival with Jill without saving. So yeah, and also finishing it with Jill, having already done it with Chris, means we are now done with Resident Evil 1. And with the first game in the series finished, we're going to move on to the next Resident Evil game. This time, it's going to be the events that happened before this game. But I have to go practice that so I can get it down. But other than that, that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. So sit back, enjoy the credits and the results screen, and I will see you guys on the next video. Till then, see you then. And again, thank you all for watching.
Jill, you did a fine job.